Welcome back to the channel, Everything Liberia. In this episode, we're going to go over the decking of this 2 units, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2-story apartment building situated in Painesville, Liberia, Montserrat County. So, as you guys can see, this is the decking, and this is the rebar that was, laid down on the deck prior to casting it. So for material used in this phase, we use a total of 175 pieces of 5-inch steel, of 5/8 inch steel. We use a total of 140 pieces of 1/2 inch steel, and we use a total of 30 pieces of 1/4 inch steel. So that's the material that was used for laying down the bed, basically the steel rod, and for the material that was used for casting this building, it was a total of eight blades of crushed rocks, 280 bags of cement, 2 truckloads of 10 tires load of sand. That's the material that was used to cast this slab. So, all the material that was purchased, all the steel was used, but not all the crushed rock was not used. All the sand was not used, and all the cement was not used. We purchased this like a lot of material so this casting can go on and be completed the same day. For casting slab, especially at this level of the project, you don't want to have a break. You don't want to cast one part today and try to cast the other part the next day. You want to do everything the same day. The reason being, if you do that, if you cast one side and let it sit and wait for the next side and cast it the next day or the next week, that can cause cracks in the slab, and that is not good for a 2-story building, right? At this stage of the project, I'm more concerned about safety than material or how much you spend. Yes, I'm still concerned about how much material that's being used, but I'm more concerned about the construction being right and meeting the right specs and making sure whatever we're doing is done right, because this is a very, very important stage of this project. You cannot overlook this part, especially if you're building a 2-story building. You have to make sure you use the proper material and you do it the right way the first time. Because number one, is for safety. Number two, you don't want to have to make some adjustment in the long run, right? So sometimes it's okay to spend a little bit more money than you're used to. Then you're taking shortcuts and then end up in the future spending more money to fix those mistakes. So that's my 2 cents for making sure your project is good. All right. So as you can see, everything is done. The plumbing was done. The electrical, those orange tubings you see, those are the electrical piping that's going to be used to wire the 2 buildings down, the 2 apartments downstairs. Plumbing is complete, connected to the 2 apartments downstairs as well. So this building, as it is ready to be cast. There's nothing else, that's stopping us from casting this building as of right now. So they're building the platform. You see those 2 sticks you see? That's the platform that will be used to bring up the mortar or the concrete to cast the deck, right? So for this part, we're not going to do it. We're not going to move the concrete up there manually by wheelbarrow, we're gonna use that platform. Number one, it's fast. Number two is safe. You don't want anybody moving concrete from that high up there with no stairs or no way to get this part done. So we rented out the concrete mixer. That was a total of $250 per day. What those guys do, they come in and set up the machine and they mix your concrete, the sand, cement, and the crushed rock is mixed and pour water and everything. And they have the right ratio for you to cast. So as you can see that, this is where we at. They're casting right now, making sure everything goes well. This was a whole day evolutions. So they got it done. They brought in extra body to get this project done, and everything like the extra manpower was all in my agreement with the contractor that I have. I didn't have to pay for extra. All I had to pay for was renting the machine. All right. So that's how it goes out there. That's how those guys work. You come, you rent the machine, they bring the manpower, and they get the job done, right? So however way you want to negotiate it is up to you, but that's how I did it, to get my project rolling. I don't like to slow down. I don't like not having the proper material or not getting what we need slow the project down, right? So you can see these guys are moving the concrete. They're casting all day, no rest. You have multiple people on site, machines running, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch. It's not, this is not a cheap thing to do. So if you're gonna venture into doing construction, just make sure you're dedicated to doing it, and make sure you have the pocket to do it, because this is why you see a lot of incomplete houses in Liberia, or not just Liberia, but all of, like, you go to different African countries, you see a lot of incomplete project because people go about starting a project, but they don't understand what it's going to take or how much it's going to take to complete that project, right? So make sure if you want to do something similar to this, your pocket, how deep your pocket can go. Because I'll tell you right now, this part of this project, it is not cheap. This is the most expensive thing I've done since I've been constructing apartments. It's very expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be straight up with you. This part alone costs almost $8,000. That's include the workmanship. That's include the material. All the steel prices went up drastically. Crushed rock is high. Sand prices went up. Cement prices went up. We had to buy wood, all those things, nails, plumbing material, electrical material. The list goes on and on and on. But one thing, once you get past this part of the project, you will be very, very relaxed, because this is it. The rest of it, you can do it at your own pace. As it stands right now, the first two buildings already have a roof on top of it. I can complete those two buildings if I want and have tenants in there. But we're not going to go about that. We're actually going to complete both buildings. We're going to build both buildings up, and then we're going to complete one at a time. Each apartment, one at a time. So, the projected completion dates for all the work is 2023. Is to get everything done, building completely done, people moving, tenants lived in there, or wherever I want to make, whatever usage I want to make of this project in the future. But this is the plan, is to get this project done in 2023. Right? God's willing, it will be done. It will be done right, and we'll get to that part. So I want to thank you guys for watching these videos. I want to also tell you that I'm not just doing it for just YouTube. I'm doing it to inform, to educate people who are interested in developing Liberia, who are passionate about making sure Liberia is one of the best countries in Africa, right? Since I was a little kid, this is something I always dreamed about, and my dream is coming to reality, right? So if you always had a passion, so for thinking about Liberia, making sure Liberia is good, not just for politics, for economically. These are the type of things we as Liberians in the diaspora need to, get into. Not just talking on Facebook about what's going on in the country negatively. We need to shine positive light, and we also need to be part of the positivity of this country. Thank you very much for watching. You guys can comment, subscribe, share this video so I can be motivated to make more videos. I'm not going to make any videos for maybe the next month or two, because we need to make this thing settle down, and I need to recuperate from all the money I spent. So I might not make another video for a little while, but thanks for watching.